They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
Throwing on first down. Morton throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be a 2nd down. Give it to him right up the gut. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll go as a loss of 5. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Off the play fake. Morton forced out to his left. And this is caught. It's Cooper. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So the first points of the night belong to our home team as they're able to take the opening kickoff and at least get 3 points out of it.
Yeah, and that helps the crowd, right? It helps people feel good about why they're there watching this game. They moved the ball well on their opening drive.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he's not going anywhere to start the night. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Well, they had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On play action, Cousins. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And now here come the Raiders. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, A two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. The tackle made there by Harrison Smith.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
All right, here we go.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a third and just a few inches.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the gun on 3rd down. Morton. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The first carry for DeAndre Washington. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. DeAndre Washington, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Vikings. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Hey, Ringo, 48. Through. Play.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a 1st down. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Black.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out.
Here we go.
Here's Cousins. The throw left side complete to Treadwell. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Cousins able to connect with Treadwell for a Minnesota first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. In on the stop, it's Tahir Whitehead.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, Cousins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Fourth down, Cousins. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Raider D, they get the football back. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. Now a handoff looking right. Spins by, and he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And the Vikings now heading on to the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, we're good, we're good.
Now Cook. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
They pitch it out to Cook. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball,
yellow,
man.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Lucky 50.
Now a man who began with the Raiders, it's Latavius Murray. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Cook following the penalty. Cook able to escape. That's 30 yards now in the last two plays. Back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try to run it in with Murray. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. They'll run for it with Cook. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. This Raider defense not giving in. They'll try to hold once more on 3rd and goal. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Carlson now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. to throw on second down. Morton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Another timeout called by the Vikings now, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth.
One of the things I love about this game is there's a match of wits throughout the game. Who's going to get the advantage? Who's going to catch someone off guard? I feel like the offense thought they might catch the defense off balance with that play call, but unfortunately that didn't work for them.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Justin Ellis in on the stop. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Vikings on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Play action now. Cousins into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Gilchrist. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here first and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A final shot before break. Morton. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in Oakland with the Raiders on top, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's 3. Through the end zone for a touchback. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10.
Hey, we're good, we're good. Where's the hard?
Starting the 3rd quarter with Cook. Cook able to escape, and they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Right back to him on 1st down. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Hey, we're good, we're good, we're good.
Cousins now on 2nd down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. On 1st down, Murray. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go, let's go.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. They run it again with Cook. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They give them 12 yards and a 1st down.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
We're going. We're going. Let's go.
That was 2nd down run for Murray. And he's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Vikings on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. On the ground, it's Cook. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal for the offense. 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Morton throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And what is going on here? I've got 3rd down. Screen shows 3rd down, but they've got the punt team out there. Pulled in at the 24. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Second down, Cousins. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Back now in the East Bay. Knotted up here at 10. That's our score as we begin quarter number 4. Cook. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
The offense on third down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches.
Hey, we're good, we're good. Hey, we're good, we're good, we're good. We're good. We're good.
They run, Cook, and he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Here we go. Hey, we're good, we're good, we're good. Hey, 382, let's shift it. Done. Done.
Cousins now from the 50. And no, it's incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot. Great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
On first, here's Washington. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Tackle made by Everson Griffin.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on 2nd down, Morton. And this is hauled in by Matthews. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland 1st down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. The tackle made there by Linval Joseph.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Morton. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
The Raiders on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw. Morton. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Trying to pound it in with Washington. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. DeAndre Washington with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Raiders have moved out in front. Forbath able to convert the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's just do me. Let's just do me.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. From the gun, here's Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. So he got 3 of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Clock running here, under 90 seconds to go. On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll go down at the 28. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. He's back to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Back to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to the ground, Cook. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long.
Go ahead, go ahead. Yellow, 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 yellow.
They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Lino, Lino.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Raiders are going to win the football game. So out come the Raiders. Only 1 timeout defensively, so this should just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have 1 timeout left, and that should be all she wrote.
By the way, it's a good thing you can read that because nobody else can.
Not with my chicken scratch, not at all.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's on the big guard, Gabe Jackson.